Yeah.
Welcome to Wormhole Pinball Presents and part 6 of our podcast series we call Arcades Across America. And I'm your host, Jamie Birchall of the Wormhole. Let's start off. We had a guest today, Coe, but they canceled. So you know what? This works better for us because we have to catch up, my friend. We haven't talked in way too long of a time. I'm talking, of course, to Coe from the Quarter Drop Arcade in Cottage Grove, Oregon. How are you, my friend? We have been so busy, we have not even talked at all. So
I know.
how have you been?
It's wild. Jamie and I normally talk quite a bit. We have texted a few times, but not like we normally do. And it's because we're both swamped right at the moment, which is good.
Oh my God. Today is March 11th. We record on Tuesdays for Wormhole Pinball Presents, and these are this will be on Friday. But the last 2 months, we went from texting and talking multiple times a week to maybe once a week because we're swamped. So tell me right now, how are things at the Quarter Drop Arcade, my friend?
Jamie, it's better than I could have ever imagined at the Quarter Drop Arcade on multiple fronts. I'm way busier than I ever thought possible because it's a small town, Cottage Grove, and I thought, oh, people are going to really enjoy this arcade, and people will be coming in and out and having a good time. I had no idea that it would be absolutely swamped the way it is. Like I get slammed from like sometimes like Sunday, just 2 days ago. I open the doors, people pour in, and all day long we were slammed, packed arcade from open to close. And it's wild. And also I'm enjoying like the operation side of it more. Like I didn't know like how much am I gonna like this? Is this gonna be crazy? I love it. It's fun. I'm like hosting a party all the time, and it's really cool.
So what we thought today is that we're going to update each other. We're going to kind of interview each other today, Coe, and very impromptu, no script, no nothing. We're just going to talk about what's going on at the Quarter Drop, what's going on at the Wormhole, and a lot of progress has been made since we started this ridiculous podcast.
Absolutely,
what was it, 9 months ago? When we
has it been 9 months?
I think so. Yeah, since we started our first one with Amoto and Rachel and Kale.
And I know people are eager for this episode because they've been messaging me saying,
and they've been messaging me at all.
Yeah.
They've been messaging me as well. And so we didn't have one last month because we had a little thing in Houston called the TWIPYs. So that was a little busy. And you had a little thing called opening the Quarter Drop 2 months ago.
Yes.
So,
just a little busy, both of us.
Please understand, folks, that we're trying. Okay.
We're like 100% on board with making these episodes, but yeah, we've just both got hit real hard at the same time, which is amazing. And congratulations on the TWIPYs, by the way. I want to congratulate you, the team, everyone. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it, and I'm so happy that you guys got to host it. And seeing you with Retro Ralph and Eric Winnick Anthony and Colin and Ian Jacoby. I mean, what an all-star group of people that you put together.
Thank you.
You're
it was really great. It was really great. Let's talk about it for a little bit. Because we'll give you some behind the scenes, right? We had like a weekend, an amazing weekend, Coe, because next year it'll be even bigger. So I, just have to pitch it a little because it's such a great event that we're going to have again next year. But at the Wormhole, but even more stuff like we had a breakfast at Russell Schroot's house. It was amazing. I
saw some footage of that. Yeah,
man, dude, his house is
legit. It looked like quite the collection.
Yeah. It is, if you geek on collections of like the last 5 to 10 years of brand new machines, this guy is almost unmatched. And his topper game is so strong. It was ridiculous.
I saw that. I was impressed.
His topper game was bananas.
As someone that likes toppers, and every machine in the Quarter Drop has a topper, I appreciated that detail.
It was pretty cool. And then we had a D&D launch party with 65 people showed up at Eureka Heights Brewery. That was crazy. And then Barrels of Fun, we had a tour on Saturday, and we got to see some secret stuff.
I was just going to say, I'm like so interested in what the next Barrels machine is, because I might be in the market for a pinball machine here pretty soon. And I'm kind of holding out because I'm thinking, boy, that Labyrinth is a first offering from a company. I mean, it's hard. I can't believe how good of a job they did as far like a first launch. I mean, talk about solid. Now I'm like, what is the next, IP that they got?
I
Is it
have no idea. What we
yeah, I'm
saw
not,
is
yeah.
not their next IP, Co. So what we got to
Interesting.
see is something pretty rare that they might want to look at. That's all I can really say.
Interesting. Oh yeah, I
Uh,
won't
uh,
press, but I
yeah, because
certainly
I
am
don't want to
interested.
lose my house and everything,
No, 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 no. We want to support them and their privacy, their right to
Yeah. Well,
privacy.
they're
But at the same time, as a pinball geek, I can't wait to see.
I can't wait to see what they do. I know Travis Mosman very, very well, and he's one of the head
Okay.
engineers, if not the head of
Hmm.
engineering there. And
Hmm.
he, when he was working there, he was at my house for dinner, and he didn't even tell me that he was working there 2 years ago. So I mean, he has been
Oh, wow.
they're the most secretive
Yeah.
group of individuals that you're ever going to meet, and there's no way we're going to find out until they're ready to let us know. That's just
I
it.
think that's the right move. I mean, that with Labyrinth it paid off because not only did they say, "Hey, we got this machine," but hey, it's ready to go and it's awesome.
I don't
So
want to
put
get a
your
call
orders
to
in.
yeah. I don't want
Yeah.
to get a call to
So
shill for barrels of fun like they
no,
they do, but
no.
they are great. I have a
Yeah.
great relationship with them, and it was a great tour, and to
Yeah.
meet David
Cool.
again, and just good people. And
Nice.
then we had the TWIPYs, and what was so
Yeah.
funny about the TWIPYs itself, Ralph. I spent, and I'm not joking, probably 40 hours building OBS scenes.
Yes.
Okay. And you
I
know
believe you.
OBS
I
and so
do.
how I did it, Co, is that I had it sequentially just perfect. I
Mhm.
had the show just dialed in, right?
Yes. Dialed in.
And we go and the intro, everything's kicking ass. And all of a sudden, there's an internet outage of Xfinity, which is Comcast. You guys have Comcast up there?
We do. I don't use
Yeah.
Comcast, but we have
Well,
Comcast. Yeah.
we do, unfortunately. And
Yeah. So there's your problem.
Jiminy Christmas. I mean,
Yeah.
I almost had a panic attack,
Oh, I
right?
believe it. Yeah,
And
of
because
course.
we were streaming, also YouTube screwed up and sent it to the wrong link.
Okay.
So we had to send out a YouTube link again because
Yeah.
Restream sucks. And
Yeah.
I'm trying not to use Restreaming anymore, but that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and so
You
anyway,
just streamed to YouTube, right? Did you not do the
yeah,
Twitch
that's what
and
we wound up doing is we just
okay.
streamed to
Okay.
YouTube because Twitch
Yeah.
was having an outage at the same time.
Wow. Sometimes all the planning in the world won't do you any good when it comes down to game day and stuff like that. But kudos to you guys, and I mean this, it's like you had major problems, but you rallied and watching you interact with your co-host. I mean, I really enjoyed watching it. I thought it was great.
Oh, you know what I want here? Let's talk about it a little bit. Here's
Okay.
the changes I'll make next year.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. One, I cannot produce and host.
Yeah.
I
So you're
have to
not texting
choose.
when Rich or Ralph wins an award?
I can't be texting Carrie Hardy. Hey, dude, you better get
Yes,
on this
well, Ralph
Zoom.
is
Okay.
talking about
Well,
how thankful
Ralph,
he is for
I can't. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so what we're gonna do is I decided I'm definitely gonna host. I had too much damn fun, and we're just gonna have
Oh
a
yeah.
producer sit right
Yeah.
over here, and they'll
Yeah.
do the scenes. They'll talk to us in our ears. We got to get a
Yeah.
bigger board. Ian's when we reset the computer, it reset all of these things that we had made for Ian over here. And
Hmm.
so that's why he had to keep bouncing behind us.
Oh yeah,
All
I
right.
caught that. I mean that it worked, but yeah, that would be
It
nice if he
worked.
had like
Like
his own.
it
Yeah.
worked.
He was gonna be
So,
the man on the street kind of thing
yeah, but next year
originally.
we've already figured out how to give him a roving mic too. It's gonna be really
It's
cool.
good. Yeah. Year one was already great, but year two is gonna be
Oh
even
yeah,
better.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, that's always how it works, right?
thank you for the kind words. I didn't look at any socials for 2 weeks,
Oh yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen
and I heard it
anything
was
like
pretty good. I think there was
okay.
one guy posted the Twippies suck, and on
Oh
Pinball
yeah.
Enthusiast, and then he got hammered pretty good. I heard. So that's not that
Yeah.
I want
No,
him getting
I
hammered or anything, but
no, but I mean,
it didn't hurt that he got hammered. Good for
there's
him.
always gonna be,
Yeah, of
negative. I
course.
have to go with the positive.
You
I
know,
know I get plenty of it too, and it's okay.
oh, I don't understand that either, right? Like, how did we both get killed? We're pretty nice people, but it is
Oh,
what it
I mean,
is.
overwhelmingly positive, but it's still stuff
Well, thank
happens.
you. Yeah, it was really great. I can't wait to do it again. In fact, we're doing a debrief with Colin Alzheimer, Ralph,
Cool.
Aaron, Ian. We're all doing a with Aaron, uh, just a debrief on Thursday night, just so it's still fresh in
Cool.
our minds. What do
Yeah.
we want to work on for 2025? For 2026, what do we want to work on? What can we do better? All of
Yeah.
that, so that because we're taking it seriously. I think if
I
anyone watched it
clearly
and didn't think we were taking it seriously,
no.
they're wrong.
Well, and I know just from talking with you, not, off stream, how seriously you take it.
Yeah,
And it shows that you care, and that's why you're doing it. And everyone that you assembled clearly cared. I heard
yeah.
Ralph talking about it, and I know Aaron cares, Ian cares. So it's
Erin was really great,
yeah,
because she kept us in line. She kept us moving. She's a professional, Erin Winnick
yeah.
Anthony. She's
Oh,
just
clearly,
incredible.
clearly.
She really
Yeah.
is. All right,
Yeah.
let's switch to you, sir.
Okay, sure.
How many months has it been to Quarter
This is
Drop Arcade in
week
Cottage Grove?
seven.
Week
Cottage
7.
Grove, Oregon, week 7. I opened January 25th, 2025. And it's just been everything I could have hoped for and more. I mean, people come in here and like they just thank me for like creating this space in our town where people can hang out because we don't have anything like this. And they're like, I hope you're just here for, I hope you don't go out of business, stuff like that. So they love it so much. They
Yeah,
just
they're
immediately
supporting you.
start, yeah, they're supporting. And like we have major construction going on right now on Main Street. And people are like, I came out specifically today because I want to support you during this construction and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. And I say, well, make sure you get a meal at one of the restaurants or go to the bookstore as well, because I want to make sure that all the businesses on Main Street are getting supported because this is they're totally redoing Main Street, repaving the road,
Great.
breaking up the sidewalks and redoing those, replanting all the landscaping and trees. They're putting like gold flecks in the sidewalks to like honor our gold mining heritage here in town. So it's gonna be really nice when it's all done.
That's
But yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
it's super cool. I mean, it's a little, for some of the businesses, it's kind of been a pain point temporarily. But long term, it's going to be such an improvement. And yeah, people just pour in here. And there's several key things that I realized that it's so important that I did with the quarter drop that if I hadn't have done it, I don't think the arcade would be as successful
All right, let's run
using
through them.
yeah. And this is I've been helping a lot of other like people message me and like they'll email me and say I'm thinking about opening an arcade, can I pick your brain? I'll say just call me and because it's easier to do that than write a novel. And I've been telling them the same thing. So one is the use of real quarters instead of the card system. That's really important. I feel like people love that. It's for a retro arcade, and that's going to be different for
Hmm.
everybody, of course. But for a retro style arcade, people love the tactile nature and the use of real tickets. Kids come in here and they've never even seen real tickets before, and it like blows their mind, and they love it. They're addicted to getting these tickets, and they run around the arcade with the big, stacks of tickets, and they're like screaming and yelling, "Look what I got!"
Yeah.
Jackpot. And they're running around like they just love it.
Oh, you
And
let kids
that's
run around? That's
yeah,
our
well,
friends
I
in the
can't
Hall of Fame wouldn't like you.
okay, yeah. Well, if they get too crazy, we'll have to be like, okay, settle down,
You settle
because sometimes
down.
they start, yeah, a little bit. But for the most part, I let them having fun. And
Yeah.
everything's carpeted. So that's good. So nothing, no, knock on wood, nothing, no injuries so far. Let's
Good.
keep it that way. I don't want any
Good.
insurance claims. Yeah. Um, and then having that mix of like classic machines, pinball, and the redemption stuff, I feel like I'm so thankful I did that because a lot of arcade purists, they say, oh, I don't want the redemption stuff in my arcade.
Right.
And I can tell you 100%, if I didn't have the redemption stuff in my arcade, the quarter drop arcade would not be successful. That period. Uh, Turbo Outrun might make $10 in a week. SpongeBob SquarePants might make $800 in a week.
Yeah.
That's the difference between a
What did
classic machine.
yeah. Remember,
Yeah, and a
remember
redemption
Rachel
machine.
told you on episode one. Shout out to
Mhm.
Rachel
Yeah,
at Electric Bat. She said,
yeah,
"Get a redemption machine; it'll out
yeah.
earn your pinball machines."
She sure did. And it does. Pinball does well, which is nice.
Yeah,
Um, so it's like redemption stuff does best, pinball does second best, drivers and shooters. And then the classic machines are important to have in the mix, like Miss Pac-Man and Centipede and Area. I have those machines and people love them. They see them, they go, oh my God, I remember that. And they put a couple quarters in and they play it, but then they go and spend 20 bucks on Godzilla. Um, so that's the difference. So I'm glad I have the mix, and I'm glad I stuck to that. And I've had a couple like people reach out to say they want to open arcades, and two of them already have said I'm not going to do any redemption because I don't like redemption. I said, just so you know, like I hear you.
do you like
Maybe
money?
focus. Yeah. Do you want the arcade to be successful?
Yeah,
And you can do redemption stuff. You don't have to be like Kitty Casino with it. It doesn't have to be Dave and Buster's and area and round one. It doesn't have to be like that. You can do skill-based redemption machines. You can make sure that they're not, some machines you set the payout, the win ratio, and you go to these big FECs and it might be play it 50 times and win one time. So there's ways to do it in which the customer's having fun, the arcade's making money. It's a win-win-win. And that's the machines people want to play. They want to play the claw machines. They want to come in and try to win a plushie. So don't deprive your customer of something that they want, especially if you want the arcade to be well-rounded and make
because the
money.
kids are going to play that, and the parents are going to play pinball and Miss Pac-Man, right?
Exactly. And that's a 100% true. The dad will be over there playing Jaws. The kids will be playing SpongeBob or the claw machines. Everyone's having fun. And that's what you want. You want people to come in and have a good time. If I didn't have claw machines, everyone would come in and be like, where's your claw machines?
Yeah,
So yeah, so try to think not just what you want in the arcade, but what everybody wants. I want Shinobi in the arcade. So I have Shinobi, right?
right.
And it's great. I have a couple people that come in and just play that. It's like their favorite machine in the arcade. But it makes like $20, $30 a week or something. It doesn't make much. And that's okay. I like it. That's why it's there. So I try to, you got to find that balance and really think about what your customer wants.
What are some of the challenges that you faced in your first 7 weeks, and maybe some challenges that you didn't think were going to happen that kind of crept up on you?
Yeah, I say the three major pain points that I discovered right off the bat. One is I had no idea just how busy I would be. I set up the arcade to run by myself. I thought, oh yeah, I'll streamline everything and I'll run it by myself. That's no. I already have help. Thankfully,
Yeah,
good help too. I'm so thankful for Shiloh who helps me at the arcade because she's amazing. And without her, I would be really stressed because it's a lot. You got people. You might have five people waiting to get their tickets redeemed at the prize counter. And then, ticket mechs are getting, or coin mechs are getting jammed. So I'm working on the floor and you got people, turning in their prizes. So help was necessary.
you needed
I didn't, re
Shiloh.
Yeah, I needed. And I got a lot of resumes, but I wasn't getting resumes from someone that I thought would be actual beneficial help to the arcade in the way that I needed. Until Shiloh came and I'm like, she gets it. Perfect. And she does.
Great.
She used to work at like video rental stores and stuff like that
Oh,
and
perfect. She
laundromats.
gets
But
it.
yeah, so she gets it. And it's just a gift that she can help. I'm so
Yeah,
thankful.
yeah.
Um,
Good help is
and
hard to
then
find, man. I'm a recruiter. I
it
know.
is yeah, And then I didn't realize just the sheer amount of tickets I would go through. So I had 300,000 tickets before I opened up. I went through
Okay.
those
That seems like
in
an
a week.
exorbitant amount.
I went through them in a week and a half. That's how busy I was that first week. Can you believe
Unbelievable.
that?
No.
And I wasn't prepared for it. And I ordered tickets as soon as I realized, uh-oh, this is a problem. I ordered tickets. They didn't arrive. They arrived. I was a day and a half where I had to turn off SpongeBob and Winter's Wheel because I didn't have enough tickets that I just there's nothing I can do. And then I realized this supplier that I was going through, I wasn't happy with. So I reached out to some of my arcade owner friends. So where are if they had real tickets, I said, where are you getting your tickets? And luckily, a arcade that I networked with, Legends Arcade, shout out to Legends Arcade in Brookings, Oregon.
Thank
They
you,
use,
legends.
yeah, thank you. They use real paper tickets, and they get them from a supplier that was cheaper and more reliable. And I like the ticket better. It has confetti on it, and
Oh,
it's a
cool.
nice, yeah, it's a nice
Is
looking
it
ticket.
isn't it amazing that we sit here after we met like 9 months ago or whatever,
Hmm.
that our networks have increased from this podcast and from our social media, that
Yeah.
we're talking to people at these arcades and getting advice from them and giving advice to them. And
Hmm.
it's just amazing, don't you think, that the network that both of us are building? And
Uh, it's so cool. I
yeah,
love that aspect of being, putting yourself out there on social media. The best part about that is that I become friends with a lot of these really amazing content creators and arcade owners. That I have this network that I can reach out to, like you said. I mean, I'm not going to name drop a bunch of arcades, but there's a lot of arcades that,
no, it's
I
fine. It's just
message,
amazing.
and it's amazing and I love it. And then people reaching out to us to, for advice and stuff, which I'm of course more than happy. From the beginning, that was I'm always just putting everything out there, the good, the bad, and ugly. And I'm happy to do that. So it really is such a positive part of this whole experience. And there's so many cool people in the hobby too. I
Oh my
mean,
gosh.
really, like they'll take the shirt off their back and give it to you kind of thing. Um,
Honestly, it's
yeah.
just been amazing, the support that just that I have gotten from the community. And when I
Hmm.
reach out to someone and say, "Hey, are you available for an interview? I'd really love to tell your story." They were like,
Yeah.
I've had like three people go, I've been waiting for you to ask. Well, just ask me,
Oh, that's yeah, right. I know.
because
Yeah.
I'm just a one man show like you are in the social
Yeah.
media end,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like,
Exactly. Yeah. I'm filming, editing, posting, responding. All yeah.
ditto,
Well, running an
right?
arcade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and by running a Wormhole collective. So
Wormhole.
it's
Yeah.
like, my
Exactly.
God. So,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
love this community so damn much.
Uh,
So,
100%. And they've helped me out so much. There's
yeah,
so many instances where I'm like, oh no, this happened, and I'm not sure what the answer is, but I know that James at the Vintage Vault or whatever knows, and he'll help me or whatever it might be. And they're
there's
there
no
to
question if you had an issue, Mike from the Flipper Room would help you in 2 seconds, right? It's just
exactly. Yeah,
any of these guys and gals
any
are gonna help you because they
yeah.
want you to be successful, right? Y-
Yeah, and I always like I try to let them know like if there's anything I can do, just let me
Right.
know. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
So it's not just a one-way street. It's like it's a we're all here to help each other.
Absolutely. One of the guests we were going to have on today, I consider a destination place. We'll get to
Hmm.
them when we get to them at a later date.
Yeah.
Uh, we're trying to build the wormhole to be a destination place. Meaning, what I mean by
Yeah.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is if you're in Houston, check out the wormhole. Right? That just makes sense. If you're in
No brainer.
Okay, if you're in Arizona, you're going to the Electric Bat, right? Okay,
Yeah.
if you're in Ohio, you're going to go see Pastime. These are the things that I'm trying to build. You're
Yeah.
building that at Cottage Grove, so you're in Oregon.
Yeah.
You got to go to the Quarter Drop. What do you see? So that's our both of our goals. Would you say that's correct?
It is. Oh, 100%. From the beginning, I was like, not only do I want to serve my community, that is super important, but I want to create something that's not just an ordinary arcade. There's something special about the quarter drop, and it's that
Mhm.
all those details come together to make it that special sauce, like you guys have at the Wormhole. It's not just a building with some pinball machines in it.
Yeah,
It's the people, it's the way you have it set up, it's the rare machines, it's a whole bunch of different things that come together to create a destination. And it's definitely what I'm doing here. And I've got lots of plans, even moving forward, that I can do now because the quarter drop is kicking butt. So
Right.
I'm already like, okay, let's spend some of this money and let's get, make it even better. And I'm excited because there's lots of cool stuff in the works.
Well, I congratulations again on it, and continue this destination, because that's our goals, right? When we started the
Yeah,
podcast, when we started our socials, we know that although we have a big community here in Houston, we're lucky. We're the fourth largest city in the United
yeah,
States. So, but
yeah.
we do want, when people come to Houston, check us out. So we're looking at some changes at the Wormhole. I guess we could talk about
Well,
that a little.
okay, let's do that. I would love to hear it.
We're only open 3 days a month for tournaments, and then we're available
Yeah,
for rentals. And if you look at like what our cash flow situation is, rentals are very, very important for us.
yeah, I bet.
Okay. And we do corporate rentals, which is really, and I'm the one who hosts them, which is hilarious, right? Like we had
Okay,
a huge, let's just call them a web services company come here,
okay.
uh,
Oh,
a very large one, and they
yeah.
had sales and IT, and we did a flip frenzy. If anyone knows what a flip frenzy is, you ever play a flip frenzy?
I have not. No,
Dude, it's so fun at a pinball tournament. If you ever rent out the quarter drop and
I have already once.
okay, how many
Yeah,
pins?
I have seven.
Totally can do a flip frenzy with 7 pins, right?
Okay,
So
okay.
say you've got 20 people.
Hmm.
You would put 14 would be playing in a game, six would be in a queue. All right.
Okay.
And it's nonstop pinball for 1 hour because
Oh,
they're amateurs, if you will, on pinball.
sure.
We just do an
Yeah,
hour because they can get done with a game in 6 minutes, whereas me and
sure,
you are going 15, 20, right?
sure. Yeah.
Um, well, maybe you, but not as many me.
I know. I do have the GCs on many of my games in the
Well, you
arcade,
should,
but
yeah. You
but
should.
they're my games. I should, right?
So it puts, if we're using this 20 analogy at the quarter drop, it would put seven groups, seven two-man groups on those machines that are being used.
Okay.
And I heard you mention you've got a Jaws. Jaws is
Yeah.
finished. Bob beats Sally. He comes to you. You type in Bob beats Sally. Sally goes, gets the person who's number one in the queue. Bob goes back into the queue, and it's nonstop pinball. Now we try to
That's
keep
fun.
our, because we have 23 machines, we can keep a
Hmm.
queue of only 3 to 4 people. So it's constantly
Sure.
moving, right?
I love the kind of frenetic energy that that must bring to
It's
the city. People love
fantastic.
it.
No, it's fantastic for corporate rentals. It's a
I
team
can see
building
that.
is really what it is.
Okay.
And we had a huge consulting firm offer 3 events. It was pickleball, pinball, or shooting. And we
Mm.
had 30 people choose the pinball.
Oh,
Every
wow.
every one of them, to a person, when they were done with their event here, because then we have bartenders for them. We show them the pinball machines. We make it a real event for them for the 3 hours
Yeah,
that
of
they're here.
course. Of course. Yeah.
Co, every one of them can't wait for the next conference to come to Houston, and they can't
Oh,
wait to
I love that.
tell everyone, because they really had fun. I mean, and it's really been the key to keeping the wormhole profitable,
Uh,
because
yeah.
we're a foundation now, right? We're in a
Yeah. Uh-huh.
501c3,
Yeah.
and we can't just be leaning on the back pockets of our main donor. We have to
Hmm.
fund ourselves. But should we open? That's the question I ask you. Should
Well, what's the time frame for the next iteration? Because I know you're building out.
Well,
Um,
so we have multiple buildings that we're looking
yeah.
at, right? One of the buildings is the 14,000 square feet building, which is almost
Okay.
too damn big. Okay.
Mm,
The
okay.
undertaking to get that building after permitting and everything is a nightmare.
Oh, so is that maybe going on the back burner now?
I think so. Co.
Okay.
If my gut
Okay.
would tell me, I would look at
Okay.
the wormhole as ourself as a museum, and then we have another building fairly close that we
Yeah.
will look at as a second location.
Well, if that's on the back burner, I'd say open up the wormhole. I mean, people want
Right?
to, I can only imagine. I mean, you're in Houston, you have the following. People want to probably get in there during like normal, not have to come in at a certain time. They probably just want to get in there when they can, and just
Yeah.
like you have normal business hours. So I mean, I can't
What would you
imagine it
think of like a
not.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing?
Those are the three definitely most busy days for me: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Um, I'm open on Wednesday and Thursday too, and those days, people come and go on those days. But I'm certainly not slammed like
But
I am
Friday,
Friday, Saturday, and
Saturday,
Sunday.
Sunday, you
Friday and
get
Sunday.
covered.
Sunday has been wild. I think Sunday.
Really?
I go back and yeah, I couldn't believe. I don't know if Sunday or Saturday are my busiest days now. I keep going back and forth. I think it's because church gets out right about when I open up, and they just come in and have a good time. And then there's a lot of parties, birthday parties. That's been huge. Birthday parties at the quarter drop. I'm booked like 2, 3 months out already. It's wild. And they come in these giant groups of people, and then you have a bunch of people coming in. On Sunday, I had a large church group come in as soon as I opened up, and then I had a VIP birthday party booked. They came in, and then other people were coming in. So you can imagine,
Oh my
it's
gosh,
not
yeah.
a not a huge space. You're kind of having to turn
What it
around and like elbow your way through to get get around. It's amazing, and but people were having a good time. So yay.
uh that church story made me laugh about a story.
Yeah.
The biggest trouble I ever got into, we can
Oh
cut this
boy.
out, but the biggest trouble
Okay.
I ever got into in my life was taking a my father gave me a quarter, like 50 cents to put in the collection
Okay.
plate. Catholic, they send the collection
Yeah,
plate
of
through,
course. Of
right?
course. Yeah.
I palmed it, put it in my
Yeah.
pocket. All right. And
Ooh.
then
That's
I was
a
playing.
no-go.
Well, I know because
Yeah.
later on the day
Yeah.
we went to Pathmark and they had a asteroids,
Oh my God.
and I'm playing asteroids right with my quarters.
Wow.
And my dad goes, "Where'd you get that money?" And I panicked,
Yeah.
and that was the end of that.
Oh my gosh. Well, you got to leave that one in because that's good. That's a good story. I love that. Hearing arcade memories is one of my favorite things because that's part of operating arcade, and you know this because at the
Yeah.
Wormhole, I'm sure people come in and say, "Oh, I played this machine and this happened," and
Yeah, oh my
it
God,
happens
yeah.
all the time. I love hearing about it. It's like, "Oh, it was 1984 and I was at this mall and so, and they tell me that I played Centipede for the first time and you have a Centipede. I can't believe it. I haven't seen it since, 40 years ago." And they're just like thrilled that I have
Yeah.
a Centipede. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
fun.
That's my
Arcade
earliest
memories.
memory of getting almost
Uh,
my ass handed to me
yeah, I was
for
gonna say,
asteroids.
yeah, yeah, I bet.
All right. Well,
Worth
I went to
it?
confession. I went to confession.
Okay,
It's all good.
okay.
It's
You're
all
good,
good.
yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Um, what else do we want to talk about, sir?
Oh, maybe like some future plans for arcades across America and some
So,
potential like guests and maybe people on social media could comment in and make requests as well as people that we have on the show.
absolutely. We're the my so I do we do two podcasts at Wormhole Pinball Presents. One is my
Hmm.
interview series, and I tend to do one or two of those a month if I get booked up. And then, of course, the Arcades Across America, which we want to do one a month. And I'm having a tough time figuring out each podcast because there's so many that we want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we could really use some advice of who you think we should be reaching out to on
Yeah.
socials. Hit us up. Coe,
Hmm.
where can they catch you again?
Quarter Drop Arcade on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
Right.
and Twitch, which we need to talk about that as well because we
I'm going to
remember we
talk to you
talked
about it.
about what we were gonna do, and now we're
I've been watching, I've been
now I'm
lurking.
actually.
So we're going to talk about
Oh,
that in a
good.
second.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
I've definitely been lurking on that. And then, of course, you can email us at wormholepinball@gmail.com or wormholepinball on all the socials. But we do need help picking because I have uh, a bunch that need to line up
Yeah.
and showcase their arcades, right?
Yeah. I could think of a couple right off the top of the bat that would be really cool to have on.
What's you want to
Gallop.
make it public?
Oh, should we hold off?
No,
We
make it
can.
public. It's fun.
Okay. I think Galloping Ghost would be a really cool guest, Doc Mac, because from an operational standpoint, it's super interesting to me of what they got going on there. Over 1,000 machines on the floor. I can't imagine the maintenance of something like that. They're in Chicago. They have multiple buildings linked together. And also, their Doc is a big person in the community as far as helping other arcade owners and reproduction artwork and parts and stuff. So there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of really interesting details that go into operating that arcade.
Mm.
And I think that would be a super interesting guest to have on for sure. But there's so many. There's so many. And I would
Oh
love to
my
have Kale
gosh.
and Rachel back on at some point because
Yeah.
they're always just the best, of course. But yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
any ones in mind?
Yeah. Well, the guest that we wanted to do today, but
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's, I don't want to rat him out, but
No.
no, but that's a great guest, and I want to definitely do
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah.
Houston has a guest, two guests that I'm going to put on soon uh, with us, and it is Game Preserve. They have
Oh
two
yeah.
locations. They have a
Hmm.
Game Preserve North Houston and a Game Preserve South that really were the foundation of Houston pinball. So I'd like to tell their
Mm.
story sometime later in the year. Uh,
And what a incredible looking arcade too, with all the murals and just this huge
oh,
space.
yeah, the NASA one's
Yeah.
enormous. It's
Yeah, with the
enormous.
hallway, the giant hallway that goes down. I
Yeah,
don't know if you've seen that online, but it's really neat.
I've been there. It's
Oh, there you go.
it's
Even better.
absolutely great. It's Erin
Yeah.
Winnick Anthony's home court. That's her home. That's where she
Oh,
plays
cool.
out of.
Oh,
If I were
nice.
to, if she were to have a trading card, it would say playing out of NASA, Game Preserve
Ah,
NASA, if you will. So
there we go.
yeah, but a bunch of different people I'd like to get on here and tell the story. The downloads have been great. Just been
Good.
fantastic. So I'm very,
Yeah.
very happy with the response. And people really like
Yeah.
Arcades Across America. So we're
I
doing
was gonna
something
say,
right.
considering how many people message me when we don't post, at least once a month,
Yeah.
I figured the views must be good.
They're
Okay,
great.
good.
They're great.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
really are. I'm very, very happy. Let's switch to
Yay.
Twitch.
Okay.
Uh, you've been streaming on Twitch. Tell us about it.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this. I was going back to our first Wormhole episode that talked about wanting to stream from the arcade,
Yeah.
and what that would look like. And I've been streaming every day. So if the arcade's open, unless like there might be a day once in a while where I just don't feel like being on camera. But that's pretty uncommon. But for the most part, if the arcade's open, from open to close, I'm streaming behind the desk here. And that's been great. I mean, it's a really good reception to it. People are enjoying it. Um, it's not because I stream so long, I'm not always able to engage with people. Sometimes it's just, you're a fly on the wall and you can hear the sounds of the arcade and you see the chaos of the prize redemption area and all the
Yeah.
tickets coming in. And then when I'm not running around, I can sit here and talk to chat and it's really fun. It's mostly behind the counter here. I do have an overview cam that I switch to on occasion if I know I'm gonna be like playing pinball. I did just set up what's called Droid Cam so that I can have my phone and I can stream that because people want me to do, they want to see the arcade like walkthrough for them. And then
So cool.
yeah, and that's been really good. The only thing is, so I have the streaming pinball rig, and because I don't have the Xsoons, we talked about this, Jamie, you helped
Right.
me out with that. I have to end the stream and start a new stream. So that's a little clunky. So I haven't been doing
Okay.
that as much. But
Okay.
that might change. That might change.
Depending on
Because
the space, you might not need Xsoons.
oh yeah,
There's
okay,
cheaper options we could look at for
really,
you. There are look, Xsoons are the best. They don't.
sure,
But if your pinball are close to your PC and there's a good line of sight, there might be a rig
okay,
possibility that you could do, and I can help you with that, of course.
okay, interesting. That's good to know.
And you could
Uh,
also buy Xsoons direct from China on eBay
oh
for
yeah, there
like
we go.
295.
That's not bad.
It's a
It's not
lot
bad.
better for a pair. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay, well, I'm definitely looking into that because what happens is like if it's my favorite part of running the arcade is like maybe an hour before we close and it's not crazy. It's starting to, just a few people here and there. And a lot of the kids are not here playing the ticket machines. It's more of the adults playing the classics and the pinball. Then I can step aside and I play pinball with the regulars because there's several regulars that come in and they love pinball. and they love, when I join them and play with them. That's like my favorite thing to do. But sometimes I'll be away from the desk for, an hour and a half, 2 hours, even sometimes playing pinball with the regulars. And then it becomes kind of chair cam, or, Shiloh will be back here doing stuff. But I'm trying to like, okay, I probably should be taking you guys with me on the pinball experience. And I'm
I
trying to
think
figure
you
out what's,
should. I think if you're gonna,
yeah,
yeah, I think you
yeah,
should get a rig, put it over
yeah.
Jaws, and play some Jaws with
And
people, and
yeah, yeah. It's just like,
because people would love to see you play.
and they do, and I feel bad. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm gonna go play pinball. Bye. 2 hours later, like, they still, I'll come back and they'll still be watching, which is great. But from a viewer standpoint, that's probably not the most interesting part of the night, I would imagine, when I step away and play pinball for an hour or so. Um, but I enjoy it. It's fun.
That's
So I'm gonna look into sharing that with the stream.
that's a smart move. Let me ask you a question: Twitch or YouTube? This is a
Oh,
fascinating question for me.
I hear a lot of mixed opinions on this. I'm hearing a lot through the grapevine now is like, oh, Twitch is dead.
Yeah, I'm
And
hearing it.
I hear that a lot. I like Twitch because of the interaction tools built in. The monetization tools are a lot better on Twitch.
No question.
Um, yeah, and that's good because it adds up when you sub for 6.99. That helps. Every little bit helps.
Yeah,
Um,
a
and the
lot of
bits and all
content
that.
guys are moving to YouTube,
I know.
and the
Yeah, I've seen
interfaces are
that.
they like the interface. The
Yeah.
issue is when do you stream from OBS?
Streamlabs.
Okay, same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When you click start streaming, the interface, this is some geeky stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure. Well, people
Just
like
bear
that.
with me. When you click start streaming from and Twitch is in your settings of Streamlabs or OBS, it is seamless.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
seamless. It's
You put
click, boom, you're on Twitch. You're streaming
I
on
have
Twitch.
a macro set up on my Stream Deck. I just literally push one button
All right.
on my
So
Stream Deck and I'm live.
I'm too anal that I have to touch it with the keys and everything. So,
Yeah,
but
okay. Well, I'm still touching a button, but yeah, okay.
but the interface to YouTube messes up from OBS and it
Mm,
makes it very difficult. So I've been using Restream a lot, so I can stream on
yeah,
both OBS. I can stream on both YouTube, pardon, and Twitch.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the Restream on YouTube fails consistently. And
Mm,
even when I go direct at YouTube, it'll create a different link. So I'm having difficulty scheduling. And you know who's going to help me with that? Uh, Joel Engelhall.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
going to help me because he's
yeah.
been really doing a lot on the YouTube. So I'm going to bug
Uh,
him in a little bit.
and his streams are really good.
They're
Super
excellent,
pro.
right? And he
Yeah.
made the move. They're completely on YouTube right now. And
The
so,
truth is, if I streamed on YouTube, I'd have a lot more people watching because I have, I don't know, 11,000 something subs on
right.
YouTube. And I have like 400 and something on Twitch. So that's a big
But
difference
if you have
in
400
audience.
subscribers that are paying on Twitch,
Oh no, just
oh, okay.
followers. No, I don't have 400. I wish. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't have 400 subs on Twitch. I
Yeah,
wish.
that
Yeah.
would have been pretty great.
Yeah, then I'd be definitely staying on Twitch.
We just
But
don't
I
have
also,
enough.
well, but Twitch has always been a fickle beast. I've been streaming, I streamed retro games on Twitch
Right.
before the arcade. And what I thought was a really compelling setup. I was all from a CRT television, original hardware, super convoluted system so that I could stream retro content in the best way possible. And I certainly have built up like a loyal group of like friends and followers that love to watch the streams. And I appreciate that immensely. But it never took off like, say, my social media with a quarter drop did. Um, and even with streaming from the arcade, there'll be 15 people watching or something, but it's not crazy. I think it probably would make more sense to stream to YouTube, but I would feel like I'm abandoning Twitch.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the rub,
yeah,
right? I don't
yeah,
want to abandon the people that have been subscribing religiously to us on
yeah,
Twitch, but
yeah.
if I could figure out this interface to YouTube, I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
do it. I'm probably gonna
I
do
did
it.
see that. Yeah, well, Streamlabs, I know you use OBS, but Streamlabs now has a feature where you can stream to Twitch and YouTube simultaneously without using like Restream. Um, that might be worth
I'm so
experimenting with.
vested in
For
OBS.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm so
that's fair.
vested in it.
Yeah, you've
Like I have
spent so much
so,
time setting up. Yeah,
ugh.
I, it's tough. I
It's
know
tough to
because
abandon. It's like I'm a Mac
it
guy
is.
and I
Okay,
can't go to
yeah.
Android. I just can't. I'm so vested in
Oh,
Mac. You're an Androider.
Android is
I
I oh
know.
yes,
I know.
Samsung
I could
Android I
tell
have for a long
immediately
time.
you were an Androider because of the green
Yeah.
text. I was like, ugh, Coe. He's a
I
green
I've
texture.
been I've been Windows and Android forever.
Yeah.
I did have my first computer was a Macintosh 2, an Apple 2. That's
Oh,
the
mine was too.
only
Mine was too.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's the
yeah.
only Apple product I've ever had. I liked it.
And
But
I had a
for
Commodore 64 as well. I don't remember which came first.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I did have a iPod Touch too when that first came out. So that's not true. I've had two
All
Apple
right.
products in my
That's
life.
it. My
That's
God, I have
it.
everything.
Yeah, I
I
know.
got more Apple
Yeah.
products on me right now than you
That
probably.
I've had in my life. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what else, sir? We're almost done. We're definitely going to do the hurry up today because I've got some questions
Okay.
for you.
Okay. No, well, first of all, I'm glad that we could catch up and chat because I
Absolutely.
always this is super fun as always. And I'm really happy for the wormhole. I'm glad that we're doing this together at the same time. We're like the
Yeah,
wormhole is doing really well and kind of like taking off online and like becoming this destination, which I think it already is. And the quarter drop is doing amazing. And then we've kind of been on this journey together and we're sharing it with everybody.
it's
Um,
fun.
it's
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 fun.
fun.
I've
Yeah.
learned a
And
lot
it's
from
a
you, dude. I've learned so much on the social media aspect from you, and I really appreciate all your help that you've given me. It's been fantastic. I
my
appreciate you.
pleasure. And you've done a great job of keeping true to the wormhole and you while implementing some changes that clearly have paid off because I see your social media kicking butt and I love it.
I love it too. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Engaging with the users is hard. You were talking about that
Yeah.
before, right?
Yeah.
We're one man shows, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, how do you engage with everyone? Because it's important with it. If they're
It
gonna
is.
come to us and say, "Hey, do you guys, I love Bonsai Run, or I love this, and I
Yeah.
love that," and you have to reply, "Yeah, I love Bonsai too. Bonsai is the best."
I know. Before opening the arcade, I prided myself on responding to every single comment. And I'm having a hard time doing that since I've opened up with arcade. And it weighs on me. I feel guilty because
Yeah,
people take the time to watch the content, to leave a comment. And it's not like I'm sitting there going, oh, I can't possibly be bothered. That's not it at all. I just physically don't have the time to do
yeah.
it. And I think about it. I'm like, so sometimes I've been doing, if it's not real busy at the arcade on stream, I'll pull up the phone and start reading comments and share it with everybody. And that's helped get caught up. But like I know on YouTube, I must have like 5,000 comments that I have not responded to.
Yeah, I mean,
And I feel so guilty. So just know if you're commenting I appreciate it and I'll get to it. And I do my best to at least react to all the messages. It's certainly not that I want to. It's that it's just crazy with the arcade being open and everything and daily posts and stuff. But it's fun.
well, absolutely. I love following your progress. I love it. I
Thank you.
love it. I absolutely do. You're killing it on YouTube and on TikTok and everything. So congrats. All right, let's play
Thanks.
some hurry up. I
Oh
didn't
boy,
really I didn't
we weren't
really
prepared for
have
this.
I wasn't prepared for this, but I've got some good
Yeah.
questions for you, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay,
All
good.
right.
And I don't know what they are, so this will be
No, you have
interesting.
no idea. So
Yeah.
this will be good.
Okay.
All right. Quarter Drop Arcade, Cottage Grove,
Dun, dun, dun.
Oregon. What is the most played, highest earning pinball machine you have in your current location?
Attack from Mars. Yeah. Surprisingly.
Wow.
It's not Godzilla. It goes Attack from Mars, Alien, Godzilla.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have lost money on that.
Oh, right? I know, me too. I'm blown away. Yeah.
Well, Attack from Mars is pretty darn great. Brian Eddy, he's pretty good at what he does.
It is, but I would have never guessed that in a million years.
Give us your highest earning non-pinball machine, and then after you say the redemption machine, tell me your highest earning arcade machine.
I mean, SpongeBob SquarePants dominates the arcade in earnings. It's insane. I have to empty that coin. It's a big coin box. I have to empty it daily. The best earner that's not a pinball or redemption or like ice ball or anything like that. Pac-Man Battle Royale.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a 4-player Pac-Man machine.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
People are always on that, and they just go crazy and have a great time with it, and they're laughing hysterically. And
all right, give us. I've asked you this before, but we're going to change it up a little bit. All right, give us your holy grail arcade game to add. Quarter drop.
I mean, the one that I want the most is the Konami Aliens Run and Gun from 1990, because I have that Aliens themed back room. And I've got the Alien Ripley edition, and I've got the Aliens Extermination. I have a spot that I'm keeping open, but they just never come up. But I want it so bad. Konami, Run and Gun. Awesome.
All right. Which of these rumored titles will we most likely see at Quarter Drop in 2025? King Kong or Harry Potter?
Oh, well, King Kong.
Not bloody likely.
100%. Like, Harry Potter would be really good for earning, so I'm a little torn there, but
why would that change anything?
I don't think that's going to be a Stern product. So
no, I think King Kong's going to be Stern, and what we're hearing is Harry Potter's Jersey Jack.
Yeah, and I'm probably no shade to Jersey Jack, but they're expensive from an operator standpoint.
Bloody hell!
For how much you get in return to them. So King Kong.
Time for a name drop. Any famous people come up to Cottage Grove and come to the Quarter Drop yet?
No celebrities have been to the Quarter Drop yet. I had a gentleman come in the other day that looked just like Bill Gates, and I had to do a double take. But no, it was not. It was not. But wait a minute. But yeah, no, not yet. Feel free, celebrities out there listening, come on down to the Quarter Drop. I'll give you the VIP treatment.
In 30 seconds or less. And by the way, let's take a time out from the hurry up right quick. Okay. No one has played this hurry up as well as you have played this hurry up right now. Okay.
Really?
The last like 5 guests that I get on a hurry up, they just keep going and going. So I've changed the way I'm going to ask my questions, and I'm going to ask it this way.
Okay, well, I'm trying to be quick because I've experienced this phenomena where people don't actually hurry up, and I've been guilty of it too. So this time I was thinking, how do I actually
as a returning guest, Coe is outstanding at the hurry up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, in 30 seconds or less, please describe expansion plans that you have for the Quarter Drop Arcade.
I have 12 feet of empty space above me. I'm going to have a contractor out here and see what the reality of putting a second floor on the Quarter Drop Arcade will be. It could be very exciting. Yep. I might double my square footage.
That's fantastic. Would you put an elevator in?
Stairs. The space lounge in the back would get the axe. Staircase would go up above the bathroom. And then I put a door above, and then I have an entire floor. I do a dedicated party room, and then I have floor space for more machines.
You're going to get one of those lift carts that take a Stairmaster.
I would have to get an Escalara.
Yes. Thank you. You'd have to get an Escalara.
Yeah.
And that's a done deal. Coe, thank you so much for playing the hurry up with me. It was a quick hurry up because we really weren't prepared today. And but I enjoyed this so much. Thank you so much for being my partner in this endeavor we call Arcades Across America. And I'm so happy that everything's going so well at the Quarter Drop.
Thank you, Jamie. I really appreciate these times where we can chat and hang out on AAA. And I'm glad that people are enjoying our show here, and plenty more coming in the future.
Absolutely.
So
we won't take a month off again. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. And do you have any plans for any shows coming up? Because I've got TPF in 2 weeks.
I don't have any plans for shows, but I need to start doing the show circuit, because I know that's important, especially with the content creation and all that. I need to figure out someone that can open and close the arcade and run it without me. And that it's kind of a very specific, like there's
Right.
a lot of weird things that come up that makes it hard for me to get away.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
but you know
to.
Rob Burke's going to be all over your ass if you don't come to the expo. And
I know, and it's not that I want to be there. Trust me, I wanted to be at Expo. It's like I tried to make it happen too, but no, I just couldn't.
all
But
right,
yeah,
and
yeah,
where
I
can
just want to
people?
hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
I want
that's
to
all
hang
I
out
want
with
to do.
you. Yeah,
You know, we'll
exactly.
do it. I mean, we totally will. You
Yeah,
hang out with me, Rachel,
yeah,
Kale,
yeah, yeah,
Ralph, Ian.
exactly.
These have
Yeah,
become my
I know.
good friends. I can't
Yeah,
stress that enough. I talked to Ralph for 30 minutes last night. I mean, we are,
yeah, I believe it.
you know, it's what this community has given me is not only, you know, a lot of love, but it's also a lot of great friends.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Well, and Ralph seems so cool. I've been watching his content for a long time, and I have yet to meet him in person. We chatted online a little bit, but I can't wait to meet Ralph and hang
Nah,
out with
he's the
him.
best. He's the best. I'm
Yeah.
going to Electric Bat in April, at the end of
Oh,
April.
yay. All right. That's
So
going to be
look for
exciting.
me and a couple of wormholers are going to go out to uh, Arizona, Tempe.
Number
So,
one pinball destination in the Southwest, rated by the
yes,
TWIPYs.
by the TWIPYs as
2025.
well. They're a
Yeah.
big TWIPY award winner. And
Yep.
so I can't wait to see them. All right, Coe,
Very
thank you
cool.
so much for Wormhole Pinball and Arcades Across America. I'm Jamie Burchell. Please visit your local arcades. They're owned and operated by great people just like Ian Coe.